Alright, welcome to another episode of Jay's Finest, and today I'm reviewing a Ford Fusion Sport. Super excited to review this because, let me tell you something. Most cars that you see or hear that it says Sport, has a little badge that says Sport on there, like a Honda Accord, maybe a Toyota Camry, you're thinking, oh, that's nice, a little gimmicks that the dealerships give so to make you seem like you're sporty or something regards of that. But let me tell you something special about this Ford Fusion. It doesn't have a regular 4-cylinder or V6 naturally aspirated. Oh no, my friends. It has a 2.7 liter twin turbo from the F-150 paired with all-wheel drive and an automatic transmission. So you know what that means? This ain't no joke, people. This is a serious car and a serious sleeper. So let's talk about the exterior, and this is why it's a huge sleeper. You look at this car right now and it has factory wheels. Yes, you painted the calipers, but everybody does things like that. You cannot really tell that this car is anything has to do with a V6 twin turbo. It has all-wheel drive. Nothing's a telltale sign that has something like that. Now it does look different from the other Ford Fusion trims because this is a Sport. It has dual exhaust on there. Even from factory, it does come with dual exhaust. And there's other little things that it kind of gives it away, but not necessarily at all, because you wouldn't be thinking this is anything has to do with this type of motor or anything of that nature. So this is kind of like a candy apple red. So I guess you can name it that color, but it does look nice how it looks like this, because it looks the perfect sleeper. Now even with the wheels too, they're like a little metallic gray or something like that. It's kind of a little bit dark, but it does fit the vibe with the car. The car actually looks very beautiful. Obviously, if you ever Google any other trims from the Ford Fusion, you can see the bumpers do look a little bit different. This one you can tell it looks a little bit more aggressive from the front to the rear. And the only thing that I will say that gives it away, obviously, if you can see here, this front mount intercooler, and as well as that mouthpiece there just for the intake. Besides that, there's not really much other things that you can tell from the Ford Fusion that can give it away that is not a race car ready to race. So this is one of the best sleeper, I believe. If you're ever looking for a sleeper car, it's the Ford Fusion Sport. To the interior of the Ford Fusion, let me tell you something. It is absolutely really nice in here. Now let's look at something from the dash. Now this is a different dash that you'll get from the Ford Fusion Sport, which obviously you have your RPMs, you have the mile per hours, and then of course you have your center screen there. It says all the doors ejected, the car is on, the whole 9 yards. All right, so of course the typical things, you have your switches right here, which controls the center screen. That's the typical information, how many miles, gas, the whole 9 yards. Of course you have your temp there. Of course you have your fuel right here. And there's other little mods he has done to the interior, and here they are. The mods in the interior are, he has a boost gauge here, and then he has an ethanol intake gauge there to measure how much ethanol he does have in the tank, which by the way I'm going to explain to what mods he has done to the car, so you guys have a general idea what he has done to the car. But the interior so far, this was done. And as well, he has the access port right here, which tells you other information of your car. And yes, you can put this in your Ford Fusion Sport if you really want to. All right, and here being in the back seat, you can see my feet right here. I actually have a lot of room back here. Honestly, you still can fit 2 adults here, maybe 1 child in the middle, if you're lucky, and you have air vents in the rear. So this is like the best car you can have. Not only that can you race the car, but you also can take it to work, you can take it with your family. And of course, I don't know if you can see it, but this does come with a sunroof as well. And reason why I haven't been talking about anything mod-wise to the car besides the gauges that you saw the interior is because 99% of all the performance and mods that have done to this car is inside the motor.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side.
Let me adjust my hat. Alright, so let's talk about what everybody wants to know. What has been done to this Ford Fusion Sport, and a lot has been done performance wise. So because I don't remember everything, I have it on my phone. Alright, so what it has is an E30 tune. It has an intercooler front mount, as you saw on the bottom as the other clips. It does have a big mouth ram air, which is that red little piece right there that goes straight into the intake, the cold air intake, by the way. He has Steeda cold air intake, so if you want the brand, he has Steedas. Turbo Smart blow-up valve. He has full exhaust catless, meaning there's a downpipe, no cats. He only has one resonator because you don't want to wake up all your neighbors. Next, and something that I never thought would be, not that it's not impossible and nobody ever do it, but he did it. He actually upgraded the turbos in the Ford Fusion Sport. Now you can't really see it, but he has had it upgraded. It hasn't had tuned yet, but I know you guys want to do something. I know you guys want to hear it. I know you guys want to feel it. Well, I'm gonna feel it, not you guys. So let's go ahead and see what all these upgrades feel like. Besides the sun in my face, we're gonna go ahead and take a little quick drive in the Fusion to see how it feels, to feel what all the mods with you know, pretty much just a straight pipe car, just with a resonator, see how it sounds. So far, sounds pretty good, but let's see how it sounds. I want to hear the turbo noises and the interior noises, see how it feels. So let's see how it goes. So we're just currently trolling this guy over here, but the traffic's in the way. But so far this car is doing pretty swell. Alright, as you guys can see, this boost cage is actually really cool, especially with the ethanol and everything. This tells you how much you have in a tank of the E85. Who does not love some of that E? So we're just driving around, just cruising, trying to get some little shots, get maybe some noises that the car has. So far it's not too bad. If I get some light. There we go. So far this car is actually doing pretty good. It obviously has a little drone, but it goes away as soon as it goes to the higher gears, and it's not that bad at all. Now the cool thing about this car is the best car that you can troll in, because nobody is expecting this thing to go 0 to 60 in literally 2 seconds. So if you're just cruising around, you see, like we saw that car over there, the Genesis, we playing around with him a little bit, but he turned. I don't know if he got scared or he actually had to turn, you know. But so far this car has been amazing. You can do whatever you want with this. You can be a family sedan slash race car. So far he's trying to break records with this car. Obviously there's not a lot of people doing a lot of modifications and a lot of racing in this car that I know of, that I've seen or we have seen. So, but above all, this car is actually very nice. It's cool, it sounds good. It actually sounds like an F-150, if that makes sense. You know, the EcoBoost has that particular sound, and it's cool, kind of like hearing that out in the car. It's kind of interesting. But honestly, it's not that bad. It's a really good sounding V6. I have no complaints about that. And of course, you can have your friends in the back and just scare them randomly, just accelerate, and of course they're not expecting it. And the turbos spool quick. Even with this turbo upgrade, it might even spool even quicker than expected. Of course, he still has to get a tune for it, so we've just been taking it easy. But once he gets a tune for it, this car is literally a beast of a car. Also, if you didn't know, in a quarter mile, this does 1250. Now the question is, what will this car do with the upgraded turbos? That's a true question right there. Alright, so we're letting the car cool down a little bit as we're just driving around. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching this video. It means a lot to me. Review this car because I actually know the driver very well. And I'm gonna tell you something. If you want one of the best sleepers and you can do anything to it, upgrades, take your family to school or take yourself to work, this is the best car. I can see you revving. But this car is awesome in every way, and also he dailies this car every single day. And yet I asked him before and right now and always, how does the engine feel modifying this car? So far he has had no issue, besides the usual O2 sensors and blah blah blah, the typical, you know, sensor not made to handle that much heat. But besides that, this car has done wonders for him. Of course, he has gone through a lot because it's a daily car. But this is a car that it can be dated, it can be tracked, you can do whatever you want with it. And if you're interested in a car like this, I highly suggest that get the car because you have nothing to lose. But besides that, thank you for watching this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and remember to follow me on Jay's Finest to find out everything about my channel, where I'm going, anything that's going to be reviewed, or when there's a video going to be popping up. So thanks again, and peace out.